Hello guys, Omegawolfben here today, and today I'm going to be reviewing what I've just gone to go see, which is Transformers The Last Night. This is a review, so if you don't know already, you can expect spoilers in this for this, because they always do spoil them. Okay, let me get a few things out of the way first. Do I think this is, like, according to all the ones online, this is the worst Transformers one yet? Do I think it's the worst one? No, I still think Red Fawn's much worse. The thing that I like about this one is it's not just mindless action. They've actually got a plot and a story, and it's actually going back into the lore of the Transformers, which is good. Okay, so what can I really say about it now? I'm trying to think. I've just come back from it actually, so right, let's go over some positives. Cogman. I have got to talk about Cogman, because Cogman is flipping hysterical. I was sending it to him on the way home because I went to go see it with my mum. That's normally when it's a Transformers film with the robots are on screen and doing stuff on board, but this is the first time I've actually been interested in it because Cogman's just such a funny character. It's just really funny. I mean, if you've watched it, you know what I mean. Like, there's one bit where he's talking to is it Vivian Wembley? I always say that name right. And Kay Jacobs is actually she was a stripper, and Cogman just comes out of nowhere. The clip's on YouTube, where he just runs over at Tim and tackles Cade. And basically he's strangling him and he goes, "Alright, sir, I want to rip his head off. Please let me rip his head off, sir." And his head just starts spinning around and going really chaotic, and it's like, oh my god. And it's full of scenes like that. Full of scenes. I'm trying to think of what else there is. Because like I said, I can't really think of much to say because it's got such a... Everyone's been hating on it already. It's like, oh, it's the worst one. I don't think it is. Unicorn is not seen, but he's mentioned. If you watch Transformers Prime, then you kind of know what's happening. Basically, Unicorn is Earth, basically. I'm trying to think now. Bumblebee gets his voice back. I don't know if I'd say he's fully got his voice back, but he did speak 3 times in the film, in the back end. I don't want to say too much. First one is when he's fighting Optimus, which we've all seen in the trailer. Then is when they're fighting Quintessa, which is like the creator of Optimus and how Optimus turns evil. You've seen them in the trailers. And at the end, like the ending. I'm trying to go. The bit in London's really fun as well. Like, there's just a car chase, like a full-on car chase. Sadly, there was no Bumblebee versus Barricade, which really, really disappoints me. When I say that, I mean, they do have a car chase and Bumblebee blasts Barricade and he just transforms and he gets knocked by a few cars. That's it. And you see him at the end of the film with Megatron and the other Decepticons at Stonehenge. But he never fights Bumblebee. And if I'm correct, he's still alive. Megatron and Barricade are the only other Decepticons that are alive, if I am correct. Because Megatron gets drop-kicked out of the out of Quintessa's room by Optimus, just drop kicks him out, and Barricade was on Stonehenge when the British military arrived. Yes, this one is in Britain. Thank God for that. We actually see the freaking SAS and the flipping Air Force and the flipping tanks. Yes, we kind of get the bloody British against them now, and so yeah, that's good. One thing I don't like about it though, the Decepticons are really just slaughtered. I mean, I know a lot of people are probably going to expect this. Like I said, the only ones that survive is Megatron and Barricade. I'm trying to think now. The 2 Dreads, I believe they get blown up by K when K does that massive explosion in that town. Mohawk gets blasted to bits by Bumblebee. Onslaught gets you see it in that TV as well. He gets shot by Custer, then he gets his head decapitated by Drift. So they're dead. And then there's Nitro Zeus, who I believe either Hotwood or Bumblebee blasts his head off, so he's dead. So they've given all these characters names, and they were dead, they were gone, they were barely in the movie as well. Like I said, I don't really know what to say really, because it's still quite just so much, so much. The Optimus and Bumblebee fight was a bit disappointing, I must admit. Not really that it was a bad fight, don't get me wrong, but the thing is, the TV spots showed majority of the fight. Like, the fight goes on for, about 2 or 3 minutes? And about a minute and a half or 2 minutes of the footage is already seen in the TV spots, which has kind of spoiled it. That was a good thing though, I saw that they did in TV spots. When you see Optimus do that swing and decapitate all those Infernicons, his eyes are purple in the trailers, yes? Not in the movie, the blue. That is when he's been... That's another thing. Infernicus. Yeah, he didn't really do much. You see him merge and stuff, and he's like, oh yes, I'm menacing. Optimus comes out of nowhere, stabs him, gets behind on his back, stabs in his face, says, you're ugly. And then says, did you forget who I was? Puts his face mask on, he just does that, and they're dead. They are dead. So like in the trailers, like you think, oh, they just can reform their faces. Nope, just decapitated. Bumblebee, I think the bit we see in the trailers where Bumblebee breaks into pieces and he's all like, oh no, he's dead. I really think that's just for the Optimus Prime fight, because Optimus really does wreck him. And when the fight's over, I guess I have already spoiled how it ends, but anyways, I'm not really going to say it. Basically, it shows him getting all his bits back together. I think that's the only reason they brought it in, because they didn't really want Bumblebee to lose half of his parts and just not be able to do anything. So I think that's why he's in the. That's why they added that. This is more of a nitpick, but the final battle, where the Crosshairs and Drift go. Seriously, watch the final battle. If you go watch it, you've got Optimus, Bumblebee, Hound, and Hot Rod. They all square off against Megatron and stuff. Crosshairs and Drift, they're there at the beginning of the battle on the where Stonehenge is, and then they disappear. Crosshairs comes in the ending and Drift nowhere. So I don't think Drift died. Drift or Crosshairs, Crosshairs didn't die, but Drift, it just disappears. Like, it's just, where did it go? So there is a few nitpicks. Like I said, it's not the most perfect film. I still think it's better than Revenge of the Fallen. Yeah. And like my mum says, she likes Optimus a lot, my mum, so she was a bit disappointed that Optimus wasn't in it much. I mean, I am. I mean, when he was on screen, he was a badass. So yeah. Hot Rod. Look, there's not much to say about Hot Rod. Really, the only thing I can say about him is he's got a gun that can slow down time. So basically, there's one bit when they're fighting Megatron, which I think is quite good. Well, when I first watched it, I was a bit confused, but he's got this gun which can blast, and it like works like a bubble which slows down time. And when they're fighting Megatron in Quintessa's room, Hound's shooting at Megatron with his Gatling gun, and he's got like a bubble around him. So I'm thinking, wait a minute, is he shielding? Is he basically just using like some sort of shield, or Quintessa shielding him? And then it just and then it stops, and all these buddies just knock Megatron on his arse. That was quite a good one though. You have like almost every single Arbite besides Crosshairs and Drift are going on against Megatron. You've got Helmet, obviously, like I said, he does that. Hot Rod, what does Hot Rod do now? He does that time ball thing. I think he jumps on his back, same as Bumblebee, who does it a bit later. And then before Megatron can hit Vivian Wembley, Optimus just comes with his sword and slices his arm off. And then, like in the trailer, you see him headbutt Prime to the floor and put his sword on. He says, "We were brothers," and he says, "We were," and he just drop kicks him out of Womb. Like I said, there's not much else I really want to say actually. Like I said, it's more better if you watch it. Anthony Hopkins is good in it. I actually do enjoy him. He actually has a go at Megatron. Like he has like a walking stick, and he says, "Right, that's it." He flips it on. It's like a freaking Cybertronian rifle, and he just shoots Megatron, which I thought was quite cool. And then there's another bit where back in the castle where you first fight, like when that Hot Rod scene now. There's one bit where the MI5 and the British police and all that show up, And there's this, I don't know if it's a Spitfire. I think it might be a Spitfire. It's a really old Spitfire. He's going, I'll get him. And he's there, we're going to go, and I can't remember if he shoots it, he goes, and he just flattens himself. It's so funny. And this one has a lot of comedy in it, this one, especially with Cogman. Like I said, you need to watch it really to understand it, but Cogman is funny. Cogman is, like, there was only me, my mum, and I think two others in the cinema I went to, and I could not stop laughing when Cogman was on screen. The amount of stuff he did was it was just funny. I'm trying to think now. Sorry. I don't really know what else to say really. Isabella Bonner, she's in it in the first half, in the bottom half, and the last half, which she don't really do much. She's not bad. The kids that you see in the trailer, thank God they don't last long. They last about 3 minutes and then they're gone. Thank God for that. If they had, I could not stand those kids. And me and my mum were laughing because this one coloured kid said, "Oh, you know that this one kid Yeager's there. Oh, did you know there's a prize money for bringing you in? Do you want to punch in the face?" "No." "Oh, please punch him. Please punch him." But that didn't happen. So that's really it. You do have a scene in the old abandoned tower. You do have the Autobots and Decepticons do fight slightly. Like I said, Mohawk and Onslaught, and I believe the Dreadbots get killed there. So then you get Megatron saying, Decepticons retreat, and they all one off. Which is a bit sad because the battle only lasts about a minute. And then Decepticons fly off. So yeah. If we had to put it in order again, like I do with Alpha and Omega type ones, how would I put them? I'd say, I'm trying to think now, because Transformers is not my first one, but that's because there's not a lot of robots in it. I'd have to say Dark of the Moon, Transformers, I'd say The Last Night, Age of Extinction, and Revenge of the Fallen. And this is the last one for Michael Bay and Mark Wahlberg as well. So let's see how the Bumblebee solo film goes next year. Hopefully we can stop getting all this hate on the films. But yeah, I did enjoy the film. I mean, it's going to get hated on anyways with critics and everything, but I enjoyed it. So if you want to tell me your thoughts, I already know Timber Humphrey hated it, but if you want to tell me your thoughts, then please do. This is Omegawolfben, signing out.